bosses at the NHS say proposals announced yesterday by Health Secretary Wes Streeting and seemingly backed by the Prime Minister to encourage overweight and out-of-work people to receive free weight loss jabs would overwhelm the system. With almost 30% of adults in England now obese and the number of people unable to work, are we just at a stage, Colleen, where we have to try something? Do you think this could potentially be the answer? There's so much discussion about weight loss jabs at the minute as well.
Coming to me first is interesting.
You're a fountain of knowledge on everything.
I don't know. I mean, if somebody has, for me, if somebody is morbidly obese, and I'm talking, you know, hundreds of pounds overweight, I think that can be something, you know, mental health issues going on. But equally, somebody that overweight, it's daunting for them to think about going on a diet and losing £2 a week or £3. It's daunting. So I think if this jab can help them get rid of those first few stone or whatever that they need to get rid of, then it might be good for them. It might give them incentive. Oh, I can do this and I can make this work. Because probably a lot of people at home who have that problem do probably want to go back to work. However, I'm really sceptical about, like, just everything's a jab. Like, we're being jabbed with everything and it's kind of a bit scary. And even though this weight loss jab will be to help their health, there's also people using it who are using it to lose weight. And that scares me a little bit. But, like I say, if it helps people, however, also, I just think, you know, telling somebody, oh, you can't work if you're overweight cannot be good for them and their mental health, and that's not going to, you know, give them the incentive to do anything. That just makes you feel even worse about yourself, you know. So I don't know. I'm on the fence with it. And also, where are we getting the money for this jab, considering we didn't have the money to roll out nationwide the cancer jab that can save people's lives, literally save people's lives who desperately need it, but we can have a jab to make people lose fat. Slightly worries me.
Yeah. A big part of it is not necessarily fixing the potential issues that someone has as to why they are overweight in the first place.
I mean, I think it shows a huge misunderstanding to why some people might fall in that category of obese. You know, it's not necessarily the way the government are trying to paint it, that it's lazy or it's greedy. For many people, it's emotional eating as a result of trauma. It's an unhealthy coping mechanism, and they're trapped in a vicious cycle. I mean, I know in myself, I spent nearly 2 years on and off on a gastro ward, and I made really good friends with lots of other people that were there to have a gastric band. This isn't a reveal that I had a gastric band. I was there for the opposite reason. Because of my injuries, I couldn't swallow and I couldn't eat. And, you know, everyone on the ward was like, your band's been really successful, tell me your secret. And I was like, no, I'm here for a different reason. But the women that I made friends with, it was so interesting. You know, having a band on the NHS meant they were also offered a therapist and a nutritionist. And even with all that psychological support, they still saw the old woman looking back at them in the mirror. They couldn't see themselves in their new bodies, and it was incredibly difficult. So I think it isn't the solution just to offer somebody a jab and lose a ton of weight. You need a psychologist, you need advice on lifestyle. And I think what will happen is you're already in disordered eating if you've gotten to a certain BMI. So to give you the jab and lose loads of weight, come off the jab and put it all back on again is so demoralising. And when people criticise your appearance and try and shame you and put you down, it doesn't make you go and get a healthy lifestyle. It makes you more depressed. And if you're emotionally eating, it probably make you gain more weight.
I guess, Belinda, I wonder, I'm sure there are so many different levels to this, like we say, but there could be someone sitting at home that they are overweight, their confidence is absolutely shattered. They're just desperate to kind of lose a little bit. They want to get back out there, get back and do the things they enjoy.
And this might give them that push.
Is there something to be said that maybe this could answer it? And they know it's a short-term thing. It's a kickstart for them to a new chapter of their life. Is there maybe a kind of rosy side to this
Well, hopefully, if they think it's the right thing to do and they want the jab, then that's fine. But I've spent most of my life on one sort of diet or whatever. Probably from when I had my second child, I never really lost the weight that I had before. And I tried slimming pills. I went everywhere, you know, to try and lose weight. But now I'm happy with my body. I'm a size 16 and I want to stay a size 16. But there's loads of people. I had a friend that was so overweight that she got on a plane and she couldn't get the seatbelt around her, and that's when she was told that she needed to lose weight. So she did go on a diet, and she did lose weight. But most of the time, it's so expensive to go on a diet now as well, if you're buying fresh fruit and fresh vegetables and that. So people go to fast food places instead. But hopefully, if that's what they want and they think it's going to work for them, then that's fine.
Yeah, and I think the other thing is, if you are doing any of those things, whether it be the jab or people on diets or people having gastric sleeves or bands, let's start being honest about it. You know, it's almost like people don't want to admit it. You know, you go to someone, well, have you lost loads of weight? Yeah, I've just went for a walk. And I'm thinking, hold on a minute. I went for a jog and I'm still fat, so what is going on? And I think let's make it normal and honesty. Yes, I've had a band, or yes, I'm taking the jab.
But I get why people do lie. Well, I don't know, because I think I understand why people lie, because then we do shame people and say, well, you cheated, you took the easy route. And again, we're just policing people's bodies and appearance, and it's nothing to do with anyone.
I don't mind if people say to me, well, you've cheated, I'll go, 100% yes. But I'd rather that than someone go, well, you lied. And you made me feel that I was failing because I wasn't doing as good as you. And you lied. I think that's a worse scenario than you cheated. I put my hands up and said I cheated.
I also think there's something to be said for the government as saying, if you're skinny, you're healthy. And that's not true.
Very dangerous.
I do a lot of runs, I'm running half marathons, and there are people that are a lot bigger than me in BMI, and they're beating my times every single time. So let's stop saying that skinny is healthy, because that's not always the case.
Yeah, very true. It's incredible to think a lot of these jabs were created for other issues like diabetes and everything else, and suddenly someone realises, oh, there's a weight loss issue to this too. It's incredible, isn't it, that here we are now talking about this potentially being ruled out in the NHS. It's unreal.